A confrontation between the Aam Aadmi Party and the centre over the new ordinance that the centre has brought in, justifying that this is in accordance to the constitution. And remember, while the centre says this has happened after a constitutional bench of the Supreme Court had given the powers over services to the Aam Aadmi Party government in the national capital. The BJP is scared, is what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying at this moment. Now, this time, the postings of the bureaucrats just days after the top court had given it to the government, the central government, union government has brought in this ordinance. This will be challenged in the court of law as well. The union government has justified the ordinance, saying it is in line with the constitution and the order of the Supreme Court, and has claimed that the constitution bench order has created a new class of territory which does not exist till now. And the order in fact, derogates the office of Lieutenant Governor. Essentially, what this ordinance has done, ladies and gentlemen, it has once again, where the Lieutenant Governor was only made the figurehead as far as the services are concerned, has given the power back to the Lieutenant Governor and has taken it away from the Aam Aadmi Party government. Over the bureaucrats, the AAP government and the LG have been at loggerheads. That's the reason in 2018, the Aam Aadmi Party had gone to the court after a long battle. The Aam Aadmi Party government had won this in the Supreme Court. Now the centre has overturned this. Now the BJP is justifying this. Largely, there is another national services authority which has been created in the national capital in this ordinance, where the authority will be headed by the chief minister, but will have two, in fact, other members as well. That is the chief secretary and the principal secretary home. And they will be the one, those who will be taking a call on transfer and posting. But the final order, remember, will be with the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. Going across to my colleague Akhilesh, who is joining us with more details at this moment. Akhilesh, while there is a lot of criticism which is coming on to the government as far as this entire ordinance is concerned, but the government seems to be digging in its heels, justifying it, even going to the Supreme Court.
Yes, correct. The central government has filed a review petition against the constitutional bench judgment of transfer and posting, giving power to the Delhi government. And this review petition has been filed with the Supreme Court. And apart from that, the union government has also issued an ordinance last night. And now the government sources have come out with some clarification regarding this ordinance. They are saying that the constitutional bench judgment itself has provided a window for the union government to issue such ordinance to make a law through parliament. And they are also saying that that this constitutional bench judgment is basically, is tampering with the basic structure doctrine which has been defined by the Supreme Court itself. They are saying that under Article 1 of the Constitution of India, the territory of India is comprising of states and union territories, and there's nothing else. But the constitutional bench, which is CB judgment, has actually, created a new category which is called sui generis, a unique new class for Delhi, which is contrary to the Article 1 of the Constitution, and that's why it's tampering with the basic structure doctrine. This is the argument by the central government. They are saying it's very clearly that there is only one state or UT. You cannot have a new unique category of state or UT in India. And that's why they have issued this ordinance. And they're also saying that this constitutional bench judgment also, takes away the power of the LG. But LG's power are different from then the governor of a state. So all these points are being mentioned in the review petition which has been filed by the central government before the Supreme Court.
Akhilesh, is largely back to square one. So where the controversy started in trying to differentiate between the powers of the elected government and the Lieutenant Governor, it took 9 years from 2016 onwards for this entire matter to be settled. It's now back to zero as far as this entire order is concerned.
That's correct, Ankit. In fact, it may lead to another round of confrontation between judiciary and the executive, because we have seen that how on different occasions these two organs, they were against each other, and now the union government clearly raising questions and doubts over the constitutional bench judgment itself and calling it against the basic doctrine principles, so basic structure doctrine. So that's why in the coming days we will see a larger confrontation between judiciary and the executive on this particular issue. And apart from legal hassles, there will be political consequences also, because the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that they will be joining on the protest march on the street, and they will be protesting against the BJP government. They are saying that BJP is trying to rule Delhi, and that this is against the wishes of the Delhi people. So it's going to be political and as well as the legal matter in the coming days.
Very important. It will have legal and political ramifications, as Akhilesh is telling us, once again putting the government against the Supreme Court as well, because while the government says it is against the constitution, it is the constitutional bench of the Supreme Court which decided in favor as far as the Aam Aadmi Party government is concerned. Thank you, Akhilesh, for joining us with those very important details and talking points at this moment. But let's also listen in to political reactions on this Aam Aadmi Party versus the Bharatiya Janata Party on the new ordinance which has been brought in by the government of India.
चाहे दिल्ली की जनता अरविंद केजरीवाल को विधानसभा में 90% की ज्यादा सीटों से जिता के भेजे, लेकिन दिल्ली को केजरीवाल नहीं चलाएगा। दिल्ली को केंद्र सरकार चलाएगी। ये कहता है ये अध्यादेश। इसका मतलब ये है कि जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये आदेश लिख रहा था, उनको शक था कि केंद्र सरकार कोशिश करेगी कि वो गैर कानूनी तरीके से दिल्ली सरकार की ताकत को कम करे। लेकिन ये अध्यादेश एक चीज तो दिखा देता है कि मोदी जी को अरविंद केजरीवाल से डर बहुत लगता है।
सारी जानकारियों के बाद एक बात स्पष्ट हो जाती है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल एक्सपोज हो चुके हैं, कि उनको इस बात की चिंता नहीं है कि दिल्ली की गलियों में, घरों में साफ पानी कैसे जाए। उनकी चिंता नहीं है कि टैंकर माफियाओं को कैसे रोका जाए। उनकी चिंता नहीं है कि बुजुर्गों का पेंशन कैसे शुरू किया जाए। उनकी सिर्फ एकमात्र चिंता है कि जो लोग हमारे भ्रष्टाचार की जांच कर रहे हैं, किस प्रकार से उनको डराया जाए, धमकाया जाए और ऐसे लोगों को दंडित करने के लिए इनको ट्रांसफर पोस्टिंग में परेशान किया जाए।